Aloha. In this video, we're going to start with the first trigger assignment part for assignment 6, and this is the campus places trigger. And so you should have already decomposed this table here. You should have already reduced it to 5NF, and to do so, you simply split this into its component tables. You're going to have one that is called campuses, that just has one column. It's the column of valid campuses, the acronym, the initials for the campuses. You'll have one for cuisines. Then you'll have a 2-column table for places cuisine. So it's the cuisine of each place that's in the database. And then you also have this table of campus places, which contains the campus along with the place, the most popular place of that cuisine for that campus. And I also ask you to make the lengths of the varchar fields shown here. I think I have you do the campus is 10, the cuisine is 25 characters, and the place can be up to 50 characters. All right, so the first of all, let's bring up our little page here to help us with the debugging our code. And so I'm going to use my Joe Schmo account here. And so what was this? All right, so we're doing assignment 6. So I have already reduced the table into its 5 component tables, or 4, however many they were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 component tables. And so if we look at cPanel, JS cPanel, and going to phpMyAdmin, I already have campus here with the 1, 2, 3, 4 plus the original table. Let me go back to the assignment. Which, am I missing something here? There's an original, and then 4 additional tables. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. Okay, so so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this campus places trigger. Now, what this is it's a trigger where when there's an attempt to insert a campus place pair into the campus places table, then it should check some things to make sure that what's going in there is valid according to our constraints before it actually lets the insertion proceed. So here I actually tell you how to, so you can have some code, some logic, and if it turns out that it's doing something wrong, then it'll trigger this exception right here using this code. So let's see what we need to do here. We're gonna this picture's not in a good place, is it? I can't really move it. All right, so the trigger will only allow the insert of a campus place into campus places if there is not already a place designated as the favorite for that cuisine at that campus. And this is how you generate the error message. And so the first thing we need to do is we're going to get in a new campus and a new place. These are the incoming parameters. And the first thing it's going to do is it's going to check to make sure that first it's going to check the cuisine of the new place. Now, if the cuisine of the new place is unknown, that would mean that the new place is not in the places cuisines table. All places to be assigned to a campus have to be in the places cuisines table because that's what specifies that's what identifies the cuisine of the place. If it's not in there yet, then it hasn't been put in the database yet. So, so by looking for the cuisine of the place, if it can't find it, then it must not be in the database. So then the trigger should abort the insert. Once you know the cuisine of the place, then the trigger must check if the new campus already has a place, a favorite place of that cuisine. If it doesn't, the insert is aborted. I think I forgot to mention here, I also check to see if the campus actually exists, and that's an easy thing to do. Okay, so let's get started here. I'm going to go to my tables, and it's going to be a campus places. Let me see if I can break this out of here. And okay, so it's going to be campus places. So let's click on campus places. And let's click on triggers. And I'm going to add a new trigger here. And let me make this a little bit bigger so I have some room. And it's going to be a trigger, let's call it campus places validator. Okay, and it's the campus places table, and it's the trigger is activated before the insert. So let's put a begin here. And I like to do this. Let me just put the end in here. And I like to just hit the go button to make sure that that takes. And there we go. So we're starting out. Next, I am going to, first, I do want to check to make sure that the campus exists. So, so what's coming in is the campus and place are incoming parameters. So let's first check to see set. Let's see, set. And I'm going to use the inline declaration of these variables here. I'm going to create a variable called exists. And that's going to equal to, and I'm going to select to see if the campus is actually in the campuses table. So, so I'm going to count the number of instances of the campus being in the campus table. So it should be 1. It's either going to be 0 or 1. If it's 0, it means the campus isn't a valid campus. So let's do select. Let's just do the count. This is how you do that. From campuses where the campus field is equal to the new incoming campus from the insert. So just so you know, just to review here in case this is a little new to you, it's going to be something like insert into campus places, and then there can be a campus and a place, and it's going to be values, and it can be something like UHM and Joe's Diner, or some such thing like that. Okay, so this is the new dot campus, and this is the new dot place. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to count in the table campuses how many campuses are equal to this. or whatever it is coming in, and it should be 1. So exists should be 1. Semicolon here, and so we'll test here if exists. Get this right. Exists is equal to 0. In other words, if there were 0 instances of UHM in the campuses table, then we have an error. So we will say we're going to set a message, set the message equal to concat new campus is not a valid campus. Okay, that is the error message, and then let's do this exception here. Let's throw an exception, signal SQL state 45,000 set message text equal to message. Okay, and that'll be the end of the if. And if. Okay, so there's going to be more, but let's just test this. Let's say go. And let me try to execute this. So I'm going to say, so when I execute this, there is also already a check in there. Let's see which check happens first. If you look at campus places, if you look at the structure of campus places, we should already have it. So the campus field has got to exist in the campuses table. So we didn't really need to put this check into the trigger. But I think we should put it in anyway. Let's see what happens when we test this. So first I'm going to go back to SQL, and I will try to insert into campus places. I'm going to say value campus place values. I'm going to say XXX, and I'll say I don't know, Himalayan kitchen. All right, I'm going to execute this, see what happens. Okay, it says XXXX is not a valid campus. That looks like it came from the trigger. Here, I'll show you how we can test that. Let's go to, I'm going to save this code, so I don't have to type it again. Copy. And let's go back to the trigger. And I'm going to edit this. And just to test this, I'm going to say is not a valid campus. Is not a valid campus, you dummy. Okay, that should make it different. And so now when I try to do this SQL, it says XXX is not a valid campus, you dummy. Okay, that's great. So let's see what it looks like here. Let's do campuses trigger. What does it look like? It says insert campus. Oh, all right. What this test does is the way it first makes sure that it first tests a valid campus with an invalid place because it's a duplicate cuisine type. Okay, that's the first thing it tests. So this doesn't really tell us much. What else? But what I also would like to do is notice that it was the trigger that kept this from happening. Let's temporarily disable that trigger for the moment. I'm going to temporarily disable this trigger, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to put I'm going to put the comment down here, so the whole thing is commented out. So it's like the trigger's not even there. I'm going to save this. And now I'm going to try to do that same instruction again. And really what should keep it from happening is the fact that there's a foreign key constraint that's been violated, because there is no campus XXX in the campuses table. If we look at the campuses table, we see there's only KCC, UHM, and UHWO. So anyway, let's try this again, and let's see it get. Let's see if it doesn't happen, because it says cannot add or update a child row with a foreign key constraint because of the foreign key constraint. Okay, so without the trigger, it falls back to the foreign key constraint, which keeps it from happening. All right, that's fine. Let's keep moving here. Let's go back to campus places and go back to triggers, and I'm going to edit this trigger. And I'm going to put this up here. Drag this over here. For this to work, I need to adjust the size a little bit, and then should be able to access. Okay, I'm going to take this comment out and go up here and close the comment up here, so that comes back into play. Okay, so let's look at the look back at the instructions here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we've tested to see if the campus is real. Let's try to grab out the cuisine of the place. Okay, so if the place is in the place cuisines table, then we should get a cuisine out. If the place is not in the place cuisines table, when we try to select the cuisine, it should come back null, because the place isn't in there, so it doesn't return anything. So let's put that test in there. We'll put that after this one. I'm going to go tab, and I'm going to say set cuisine. So I'm going to select out the cuisine from select cuisine from place cuisines, where the place is equal to the new place. And so when this executes, I will either get the cuisine of the new place, or I'll get null. So if I get null, then that means the place is not in the place cuisines table, and we have to abort. Place has to be in both the campus and the place need to be in their respective single. Well, the campus has to be in the campuses table, and the place cuisines has to be in the place. The place has to be in the place cuisines table for it to even consider inserting it into the table. So here we say if cuisine is null, then we want to set, it's an error, so we want to set the message equal to concat, and I'm going to say new place, this place is not in the database. Okay, I don't need to put a period there. And that's the error, so let's throw this exception, signal SQL state 45,000 set message text equal to this message that we just constructed. All right, there we go. And if. All right, so that should take care of. Now, if we get to this point, then at cuisine actually has the cuisine of the place. So now we need to see if the campus already has a cuisine, already has a place of that cuisine as already listed as a favorite. So how we can do that is let's try to see if there's a place at that campus with that designated cuisine. Let's see if there's a place at the campus with the cuisine. In other words, there's already a place at the campus with the cuisine. So that's kind of a fancy select statement. We can do set, and this is the place. We're going to try to grab out the place. So if we were going to insert, Teddy's bigger. Let's say the burgers place for UHM is McDonald's Manoa Marketplace. It's a burgers place, and you want to try to insert Teddy's Bigger Burgers on Veritania down there in UHM. First thing it does is it figures out that UHM is a valid campus. It's going to figure out that Teddy's Bigger Burgers is a valid place, and it's a burgers place. And now we're going to search to find a burgers place on the UHM campus. And it's going to either return a burgers place, or it's going to return null. If it returns null, that means there is no burgers place on the UHM campus, and the insertion can go ahead. If it returns a place, then we know that it already has a place, and we want to abort the insert. So this is gonna search for a equals select a place, and I'm gonna join all these things together. Bear with me here. So it's gonna select it from, and it's gonna be a big long expression here. I'm gonna start with campuses join cuisines, and this is the set of all the possible campuses cuisines. This is the set of all the possible ones. And it doesn't mean they're valid or not, just it says they're possible. But anyway, we want to natural join that with the place cuisines. And then we want to natural join that with campus places, where new campus is equal to campus. Just do it this way. Where campus is equal to new campus, and cuisine is equal to the cuisine that we grabbed out, the cuisine of the place that we're trying to add, which is, this thing. All right, I'm gonna make this a little easier, so I'm gonna go. How about if I'm gonna put this in. All right. Got to close this semi. All right, find the place. So basically, you want to find a place, we want to find a campus place cuisines, a campus place cuisine where the campus is equal to the new campus that we're trying to insert, and the cuisine is equal to the cuisine of the place that we're trying to insert. And if this comes back with something, then we're out of luck. There's already a place in there with that cuisine for that campus. So what I want to do here is, if place is not null, then we have a problem. The problem, so we're going to set message variable equal to concat. We're going to say that this place that we just grabbed out is already designated. Is already the designated favorite. I'm going to put it down here. The designated favorite cuisine, whatever the cuisine was, for whatever the new campus was. So that's the error. And then we want to throw the exception. 45,000. Set the message, output message, equal to this message that we just created. All right, so I think that should probably do it. First we make sure that the campus is a valid campus. Then we make sure that the cuisine is then we make sure the place is valid. How do we do that? We do that by asking what the cuisine of the place is. If we get back a null, then we know that the place is not in the database because we don't know what the cuisine is. If the place is in the database, then we have its cuisine. So that will come back an actual cuisine. So if it's null, comes back null, then we know it's not in there, so we throw an exception. Okay, so at this place, we know that it's a valid campus and it's a valid place. Now we just have to make sure that there's no other place at that campus with the same cuisine. And so this is going to search to find out a place at that campus with the same cuisine, if it exists. If it exists, it's going to return something, and it's going to return what it is. Otherwise, it's not going to return anything. It's just going to pass on through, and the trigger is done, and everything's cool, so it lets the insertion take place. All right, I'm going to save this, and let's test it. Let's go back to our tester here, and I'm going to just return. I'm going to hit the refresh button here. And it looks like we passed. Let's look and see how we tested this, okay? First, I'm going to put in all fake data, and then I'm going to do my tests on the fake data because I don't really know what you have in your database because presumably you've been testing it. There's a bunch of stuff that's different. You might have some fake places in there and everything. So I'm just going to insert a new set of data, do some tests, and then when I'm all done, I'm going to delete out the data that I entered in there, so your database is the way it was before I started testing. So first, I'm going to put in a new campus called CMPA, and then I'm going to put in the cuisine. The cuisines have to be in the cuisine table too. So I'm going to put in a cuisine called Cuisine 1. Spelled slightly differently because I want to keep it to 7 characters, I think. And then I'm going to put another cuisine called Cuisine 2. It's 2. So now I've got one campus and 2 added cuisines. And then I'm going to insert a place in place cuisines called place cuisine 1, and it is of cuisine 1. I'm going to insert another place in place cuisines called place cuisine 2, which is a cuisine 2. And then I'm going to insert a third place into place cuisines called place 2, cuisine 1, which is of cuisine 1. And then I'm also going to insert into campus places. I'm going to say that place cuisine 1 is the favorite cuisine 1 place at campus A. So campus A already has a favorite place for cuisine 1. It's called place cuisine 1. So now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to insert a second place of the same cuisine. So you notice place cuisine 1 is cuisine 1, and place 2 cuisine 1 is cuisine 1. Place cuisine 1 is already at campus A. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to insert a second cuisine 1 at the same campus, campus A. And it shouldn't work. It should not let it happen. And sure enough, it passed because I was unable to insert the record. And this is the error message that we sent back. Place cuisine 1 is already a designated favorite cuisine 1 for CMPA. You notice I didn't have a space in there? Let's go figure out what that, why it's got that space there. Edit. That would be down. There. Is already the designated favorite cuisine for this campus. So I fixed that space there. Let me see if that actually fixed it. Yes, okay, so now space is there. Okay, then the next thing I tried to do to your code is I test inserting an unrecognized campus with a recognized place. So I say campus XXX, and it's got the places recognized because we inserted it up here already. And it should come back and say unable to insert record because XXX is not a valid campus. Oh, that's right. There's that funny error message there. I just want to see what happens because the system won't let you do it anyway. I'm going to see what happens when I'm going to I'm going to make this comment go all the way down here. So I'm going to take this check out just to see if it's still. Let's see what kind of answer it gives me. It should maybe still work. Huh? Okay, it did still work, so this is fine. You'll get credit for it if you don't have that first part. But you notice that the error message is different. The error message is the error message that the system, that MySQL produces because you violated a foreign key constraint. So either way. Anyway, then the next thing I do is I test to see, I try to insert a non-existent place into an existing campus. And so I just have this place called non-existent place, and it's going to insert it into an existing campus. And it comes back with an error saying unable to insert record, non-existent place, this thing is not in the database. And that would be one of our error messages. And the last one here is I test something that should work, a test inserting a valid campus with a valid recognized place. So there is no place at campus A. There is no cuisine 2 place. Cuisine 2 is a brand new cuisine, so there's no cuisine 2 place anyway. There is a place that is cuisine 2, and that's this one. So I'm going to try to insert this place into this campus, and it should work. And so insert campus A, place cuisine 2, and then it works. We select back out campus place cuisine 2, and it's there. Campus A is there, and place cuisine 2 is there. So the last one worked. And so that's all the tests. Looks like we got all the points. At the end here, you notice we go in and we delete all the possible data that could possibly have gotten inserted in throughout this thing. So anyway, that's how we do assignment. That's how we do the campus places trigger for assignment 6. And I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.